Right. Am I audible, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. So we'll look at the model verbs today. Um, we'll try and see if we can finish off this. There are actually quite a lot of blanks. I've put them all together so that we get a combination of all the model verbs that are discussed in the lecture. I think there's a one full week of lecture on that. So last week we were supposed to have that session, but then I fell sick, so I could not uh, do that. Still recovering. But anyway, since it's going to be a part of your final exam too, we'll and even quiz too for that matter. So we'll anyway discuss this and see. So all these questions that we're going to discuss, they're based on your lecture slides, right? So which means I have gone through them and I have made sure that you have at least one type from each that is discussed there, so that this becomes like a sort of a revision for you as well. This will be revision if you had already taken a look at it, which I think should be okay because you just had your quiz day before yesterday, so things should be still fresh. So this is not a bad time to take this up and discuss. Okay. So we'll do that for today's class. And for all these blanks, remember we are going to discuss this as something which is going to have more than one options as answers. Okay, so we'll explore all possibilities, all possible answers for each of the blank, and how the meanings could change or what interpretations can you draw as you change the model verbs here, right? So let's do that. I don't think we need to have a discussion on the model verbs as such. We know how they work, like how does the grammar of the model verb works, right? So we have 9 core auxiliary model auxiliaries in English, right? Which is your can, could, may, might, will, would, should, and must, right? So 9 of them, may and might and should, must, can, could, will, and would, right? So these are the 9 core auxiliaries you have. And then if you've also, you know, paid attention in the lecture, we also have a category called the semi-models, right? We also have something called semi-models. So what do semi-models do? What is your understanding of them? You have core models and semi models. So, how are they different from the core model verbs? What have you gathered from the lecture?
Ma'am, they are it's a verb. I mean, that share characteristics with both modal verb and main verbs.
So, give me examples of semi models. Semi model verbs.
Ma'am, just like for example, ought to,
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Ought to,
used to,
used
uh,
to,
have to, uh, and
is
that's
going to, was going to, that kind of thing.
yes, ma'am.
Need to, need to, and the negative forms of all of this also. Ought not to, uh, not going to, need not to,
Be
uh,
able to.
have not to, right? Yeah, have to. 1 second. Yeah, suppose to, right? That's also one example. Supposed to. So these are all, not all of them. This is not an exhaustive list, but this is what we mean when we say semi-models, right? So they function very similar to core model auxiliaries. They're not very different from each other. But there is one case, there's one particular grammatical point that is different in core models and semi-models. What could that be? Try and guess and say.
Ma'am, repeat the question, ma'am.
There is one fundamental grammatical difference between the core model auxiliaries and the semi-model auxiliaries. The way they operate grammatically, there's a fundamental difference. What is it? No?
Like effect of tense.
Yeah, the effect of tense, correct, right? So the core modal auxiliaries, they never inflect for tense, right? So you say she can swim, okay? She can swim is a tenseless sentence. You cannot have a, you cannot convert that into a past tense or a future tense form. The only way you can do it by including another, obvious past tense marker along with a modal marker, right? The modal verb itself will not inflect for tense, right? There is nothing called the past tense form of can or future tense form of can or for that matter, any of the core modal auxiliaries, right? So they are tense-less. They do not carry tense on them. However, in the case of semi-modal verbs, they can inflect for tense, right? So I can say that she, what is it? It is going to rain, right? If that is a sentence, it is going to rain. I can also say it was going to rain, right? So I
Ma'am,
can
have
change
to,
the tense. Sorry?
ma'am, have to, we can have to become had to.
Correct, exactly. This is applicable to all the things that is listed, right? So the major difference, grammatical difference between both of them is that one inflects for tense, the other doesn't carry tense, right? This is the only difference. Otherwise, functionally, they are also responsible to show you various modalities like, obligations or necessity or possibility, probability, ability. All of this is also in there. The semi-modal verbs are also used to, or they're also used for the expression of modalities, just like the core modal auxiliaries that you have, right? So difference is only between the display of tense or the property of being able to inflect for tense, right? So that's the only difference between them. Now, in the blanks that we have here, there could be places where there are semi-modal verbs. However, from what I remember, I don't think semi-modal verbs are very actively incorporated here. That could be found in the second exercise that we have. Where is the second exercise? This one. So I think this particular one, which is basically an online exercise, this should have plenty of semi-modals. But this, I am going to leave it up to your practice, since anyway this is an online material. I've also left the source for the link also is there in the PDF. You can access it there. You can also check your answers. So this particular exercise, which you will be looking up yourself, this should have some use of semi-modals. But this one that I have, the one that I curated, I don't think this should have actively anything that has been encoded for the semi-modals. However, don't be surprised if some blanks also take up some semi-modal verbs. Okay. So that is about the exercises. So let's start working on the questions, since there are plenty of them for us to discuss. So we'll not waste our time. We'll begin with the first one. Remember, each blank may have more than one answers, right? So whatever your answer is, you should also tell me that what is the context in which you will use that particular model. Okay. All right. So the first one is dash. I ask you something.
May I
What
ask
would
you
be the
something?
answers?
May I ask
Ma'am,
you something?
Yeah.
ma'am,
Go ahead.
ma'am, may I ask you something
Okay.
that is
Yeah.
in formal,
Something. Yes. Correct. Yeah.
Or,
Formal.
formal
or
cases?
can I ask you something in
Can I
informal
ask
way?
you something? Yes. Correct.
Ma'am, it will be for informal cases.
Yeah. So you can say, may I ask you something? Can I ask you something? Can I say, could I ask you something?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So all of them are used in order to seek permission, and they're all at different levels of formality. So which one is the most formal among this may, can, could?
Ma'am, may.
May, yes. And what is the second formal one? I mean, which one falls second in the rank of formality?
Ma'am,
Could,
could.
could.
Could, right? Could. So among can and could is more formal, and among may, can, and could, may is the most formal. Can should be the least formal, right? Can could also, some people would say it is informal, but it's not that informal also, but you can say it is less formal, right? Instead of saying informal, you could say less formal. So yeah, may, could and can could come in the first blank, they could fill it up with that. Now, second one, anyone dash be a student? Anyone dash be a student?
Can
Can.
or
Okay, can, right? So anyone can be a student. And what are you using this as? What is the interpretation if you're using can?
Ma'am, he is
as a
saying the probability, ma'am.
Not probability.
Ma'am,
Probability.
ability.
Huh?
Ability.
Yeah, it's a general ability. Anyone can be a student is an interpretation which tells you that anybody has the ability to be a student, right? That's the point we are trying to. Then what other blanks can come there? Sorry, what other answers can come in that blank?
could
Could.
also.
Could can come as well. Yes, anyone could be a student. So if you're using could here, then what is it indicating? Possibility.
Possibility.
Anyone could be a student. Yeah, correct. What else?
Ma'am, he can run fast.
Anyone?
Ability.
Sorry. No, I'm talking about the second one only. What other answers can you have? Can is one answer, could is one answer. We can say may also, no? Anyone may be a student. Again, this is indicating what?
Ma'am,
Ma'am,
possibility.
possibility.
Some kind of possibility, right? Anyone may be a student. Yeah, correct. Okay, now we go to the third one. He dash run fast.
He can.
He can run fast. So that is again what? Ability.
Yes.
Then what else can you add here?
He could.
He could run fast, right? He could run fast. Yeah. Then fourth one, it dash be a snake.
May.
It may be a snake. Okay, may is right.
It might.
It might be a snake. Yes, you can say. So what is the difference between this thing? If you say it may be a snake, it might be a snake. What is exactly the difference? There's some degree variation there,
Yes.
right? So which one is a higher degree possibility? Is may the higher degree possibility or might the higher degree possibility?
Might is the
Ma'am,
higher degree
may.
possible.
Ma'am,
Might.
may.
May, yeah, right. May is the higher degree. If I say it may be a snake, it indicates a higher possibility of something to be, the statement to be true, or the probability of something to be a snake, right?
Yes.
But if I say might, then it has lesser possibility, lesser chances of it being a snake, right? So that's a difference. The degree variation, may is higher and might is lower. Okay. Then what other answers can you have there?
Ought to.
It ought to be a snake. Okay, ought to be a snake. Fine. Right, other answers?
Ma'am, could.
Could, yes, you can say could also, right? It could be a snake, right? Giving a general possibility, it could be a snake also. What's the other one? Then there's one more thing that you can use here to indicate certainty. For example,
It
you are
can.
very sure.
It can be. It can be a snake.
No, that we already said.
Must.
Ma'am, should.
It should be a snake? No. When you want to
Must.
express, certainty, when you are very sure.
Must. Must.
Must. Yes,
must
yes,
be a-
must. It must be a snake. Okay, it must be a snake. Okay. Now there is another model verb that you can use here in negative again to show certainty. So both of these model verbs can be shown for certainty. One is must, right? It must be a snake says that yeah, it surely is a snake. Okay. There is another modal verb in negative which also express certainty but in the negative form. Can you guess what it is? The answer is can't. Okay, can apostrophe T. Cannot, basically. It can't be a snake. So this is also a certainty, expression of certainty, but in the negative form. Must was to give you a positive certainty. Can't will give you a negative certainty. Okay, that this cannot be a snake. It could be anything, but can't be a snake. So this is also certainty, but in the negative form. Okay, understood?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, so now the next one, fifth one. I dash play basketball when I was in college.
Ma'am, my voice is not audible, ma'am.
Sorry,
My voice is not audible, ma'am,
your voice. Now I can hear.
because I need to scream like twice or thrice, ma'am. Then you have you are here.
So, yeah, what would be the answer here? I dash play basketball when I was in college.
Could.
I could play basketball when I was in college. So this is indicating what? Possibility.
Ability.
Sorry, ability.
Possibility.
No. Ability, you are right. Okay. Ability. And now some people would say that this is ability in the past. Okay. It is ability in the past. Could is the modal verb which is showing you the ability. But the past part doesn't come from could. Okay. Keep that in mind. Where does the past part come from?
When I was in
When
college.
I was, right? So was is the tense that codes for past tense in the sentence. So this is why we say ability in the past. Okay. If there was only could in the sentence, then it is not ability in the past. We are saying ability in the past because there is the modal verb which shows ability, which is could, and then there is also another verb which is coding for the past tense, which is why we say ability in the past. Okay. It's not because could is the past tense of can. Okay. Keep this thing in mind, please. Okay, so I could play basketball when I was in college. That's fine. Any other answer that you could give? There's
Ma'am,
another
would.
stem. I would play basketball. Okay, yeah, I would play basketball when I was in college. So what is the difference in the meaning? I could play and I would play. So is this the first one is an ability, interpretation. How about would? I would play.
It could indicate that the speaker regularly or kind of played basketball.
Okay,
back
not
in-
regular anymore. So any model interpretation here? Anything from the modalities that we have discussed?
Possibility.
So a habitual action in the past, right? I
Yes.
would play basically means it was a habitual action in the past. Okay. I would play. I could play is basically indicating ability in past. The other one shows habitual action in the past. So this is not necessarily a core auxiliary, right? When I say I would play basketball when I was in college, this isn't a part of not necessarily the 9 core auxiliary, but this is a part of something else. So I would play then if it is habitual action in the past. What is a semi model that you can use to talk about this? Used to, right? I used to play basketball when I was in college. So this would here is basically a replacement for used to. And remember, when I say I would play basketball when I was in college, here would, this is not the core auxiliary modal verb would that we are using here. Here would is used to mean the semi modal verb used to. Okay, the other would has other core functions. Okay, here the use of would is not as a modal verb. In fact, it is replacing the semi-modal verb used to, right? So this is necessarily not a sentence which gives you any modality expressions in that sense. Okay, just for your information, because there are verbs that are, obviously uh, doing the function of expression of modality. But would in this sentence, if you are replacing could with would, it will not be counted under the modal verb category. It's more like, a replacement for the semi-modal used to. And semi-modals, they're called semi-modals because they're not fully capable of showing modality expressions, right? They can replace your modal verbs sometimes here and there, which is why they get the name semi-modals. Okay. All right. Seventh one, the teacher may, okay. Yeah. The teacher, one answer
She
may,
on sixth.
maybe. Yeah, the teacher may be late could be one answer. What other answers can you give?
Ma'am, we are in the sixth.
Oh, we have to do sixth one. Okay, sorry. So sixth one,
She could.
she could sing very well in her prime. Yes.
It shows ability, ma'am.
Yeah, ability. Yes.
She can also.
She can sing very well in her prime. She can sing very well in her prime. I don't think should be a right one because she can sing. So in her prime means we are talking about a time that has already passed.
Past.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that adverbial in her prime is encoding for the past tense, and then you have could to show ability in the past. Okay, that's why it is she could sing very well. Can will not fit there since we're talking about a past time here. Okay. She could sing very well in her prime, or okay, you can just replace it with used to also. She used to sing very well in her prime. But then remember, if you're using used to, then it is not an exact modality expression. Could is something that would do a better job in showing modality of expression of ability than used to. Okay. Grammatically, used to would be right, but if the question is particularly on supply of modal verbs, then your choice should always be could. Okay. Seventh one, the teacher dash. Yeah, so the teacher may be late. That's right. Then, what other answers could you fill it in with?
Ma'am,
Might.
Would or could?
Could.
Could is correct. Yes. Could be late. Yeah, possibility. Fine. May, I think we already discussed. Maybe late. That is again possibility, but higher possibility. So which means you can also replace it with might, right? To show that there is a lesser possibility of something to happen or lesser chance of something to happen. So you could say may or might or could. Anything else that could fit there?
Must, ma'am.
Lecture must be late. No. Doesn't give you a very sound meaning. I mean, again, see, could give you a grammatically well-formed sentence, but then you also have to be mindful of whether the meaning that it gives you is sound enough. Okay. So it's a must be late. You can say that only if you have, a clue that goes before it. For example, say you have a sentence like, it's 10 minutes into the time now. The teacher hasn't come yet. And then say the teacher must be late is okay. But here the interpretation is very different. So if you say the teacher must be late, you're making a guess, right? You're a guess which is like a stronger guess. You're deducing it from the context that's already 10 minutes and the person's not here. It might take more time, so the teacher must be late. So the use of must in this case will have to be preceded by some context which takes you to that certainty, right? That we don't have here. This is a standalone sentence, so maybe we could avoid using must here.
Yes, ma'am.
But what we can do is we can use something like will, right? The teacher will be late. Again, with will, the interpretation could be multiple. You could either treat this as a prediction statement, right? The teacher will be late. But prediction statements usually with will, they don't qualify for modal verb expressions. Will, okay, let me ask that first. So if you're using will as a modal verb, what are the various expressions that are possible?
Willingness,
This
future
one?
actions.
No. So future action is when you are encoding it as a tense, right? As a modal verb, what can it do? So there are some of these words, particularly if they're functional, they could be used in different contexts to mean different things, and will is one such verb. So it is certainly used as a future tense marker, but it is also
It is
used as
used
a modal verb. So when they're used as a modal verb, it will have certain other interpretations. I'm talking
Ma'am,
about
requests.
that. Give me an example.
Will you go out with me?
You go out with me, request. Okay, fine. That's okay. So that could be one context, request. And then
Ma'am, willingness.
willingness. Okay. Willingness, or let's call it intention. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, intentions should work well. Then, so like I will finish up this work by 5 p.m. So it's more of an intent to finish off that work than anything else. Then, so one is
Like
intention.
I will call. I will call you later.
Yeah, which is what? What would be the interpretation?
Willingness, ma'am.
Okay, yeah, which means intention. Okay.
Yes, intention.
What you could also read it as is a promise, right? So mostly there are three interpretations that you take off from the will uses in the sentence when used as a modal verb. So one is that of intention, second is that of promise, and the third is threat, right? Something like, very simple statement like I will punish you if you submit this late, right? So mostly the interpretation would be divided into these three for will to be taken or to be considered as a modal verb here. But if it's making a prediction, right? Like for example, the moment you say prediction, it automatically has a future time reference in that. If that is the case, then we are not going to consider that part as will, the use of will in that sentence as a modal verb. Okay, please keep that in mind. Be mindful of that. However, there'll be a lot of sentences where you can see overlaps, right? So the same sentence, you could read it as a future time reference. The same could be read as a promise. The same could be read as an intention statement. So I think from an exam point of view, mostly you get a hint, right? There's a clue or a hint provided. So take a look at the hint and then go ahead and mark the answers, right? So if any of this is mentioned, intention, threat or threat or promise, then you know that the answer is will, and here will is used as a model. Okay, but if it's prediction, then it is a future tense mark. In this case, if you're using will, will be late, what do you think would be the interpretation look like? Can it look like an intention?
Ma'am, possibility.
No, not possibility. Possibility is done. We already used may and might. No. So what will be? Will it look like a prediction statement, or does it have an encoding where you can interpret it as an intention or promise or threat? Or I don't see anything like that here. Okay. So if you're going to use will here, it's mostly going to be like a future tense marker. So we don't use it here. What we can use are the other three options we discussed: may, might, and could. Okay.
Ma'am, shall. Can it possible, ma'am? Shall.
Shall also, see, these days we don't use shall as such except for a few, very limited contexts. Most of what shall used to do is now easily replaced with will. You can use will for, you can replace it with will now. So changing it from will to shall is not going to help much. Okay. So we keep it as may, might, could. Okay, for question number 7. Then 8th one, how would you do this? You
Could.
You could.
okay, yeah, you could fail the test if you don't prepare well. Yes, correct. Other
Might.
answers? Might, yes. We can say may as well, that means. So may and might both goes, could goes.
Ma'am, must.
You must fail the test if you don't fare well. No. Must is not an answer. It can be.
Will and would in this one?
Will can come. Yes, you will fail the test if you don't prepare well. Yes. So like it can function as a light warning, right? So if it is a warning or a threat, then you can use will as a model verb. Yes. So you will fail the test if you don't prepare well is also fine. That
Ma'am,
works.
you can fail. You can.
Can no. So the context doesn't let you use that, right? So even if you're using it to, I think if you mean it as a possibility statement, then yes. But if it is possibility, then we have already included could. So can may not be required in such sentence. Okay. Can also performs the role of possibility, but it should be sparingly used. If you have an option to use could, then it is always could. Okay. Okay. Then I think, yeah, ninth one. He would, he dash have been successful in his business had he listened to his mentor.
Could.
Yeah, he could. Yes, he could have been successful. Other answers?
Would.
Would. Okay, so would here indicating what?
Certainty.
No, not certainty. He would have, right? So look at that construction. This, I think this particularly has been explained in the slides, right? Hypothetical situation. So this presents you a hypothetical situation, which is the core meaning of the model verb would. If you have read the slides, or at least if you have watched the lecture carefully, the core meaning for the auxiliary would is to represent something that is unreal or hypothetical or imaginary, right? That is what is required to do. So would be used in that sense here, not to show certainty or any other interpretation. Then other answers, anything else?
May.
Which one? Sorry. May.
Yes.
No, please. I did not hear you well. Come again. What was the answer that you gave me?
Ma'am, he said may.
May. He may have been no. May also doesn't fit. So would or could go. What can also go is might. Okay, and might doesn't go here because we are using it to mean a possibility. Here, might is also used to indicate that hypothetical past. So, what happens when you're meaning to use this in a way that the interpretation looks like of an action that is more hypothetical or imaginary? You could either use would or could or might, right? I don't think you have yet had that portions on conditionals. So when you do the conditionals part, you will get introduced to this one, right? Where a statement like this can be either formed with would, could, or might. So whether you use would or could or might, in all the cases, it is actually representing the hypothetical past, right? Here, neither might nor could is getting any possibility interpretations, right? So what you should know is that modal verbs are very fluid in terms of their meaning. They have a core meaning. Each of them will have a core meaning. Like would has a core meaning of showing hypothetical situations. But there could be other modal verbs which can take up the same role. That is what could and might is doing here. Okay. Each of them have their core meanings, but that doesn't stop them from taking other meanings in a different context also. Right. So here, whether you use would or could or might, they're all indicating actually a hypothetical situation, right? Okay, so answer anything, write anything, but still the interpretation would remain the same. Okay. 10th one, you dash
Could.
will catch cold. Yeah, you could catch cold. Yes, that's right. If you get drenched in the rain. So it's again a conditional statement. So you could catch cold. Then
Ma'am,
you can use
if
may
it,
and might here. That is a possibility. May catch cold, might catch cold.
ma'am, ma'am, we can use also ought to, ma'am. Because if you wanted to give advice, expressing advice.
No, no. Ought to is not a right construction there. You ought to catch cold. No. You could say could or may or might or even will to show likelihood and warning. But ought to doesn't fit there. Okay, so may, might, could, will, any of those could go. Okay, next one would be we dash go on a vacation to Bali next month.
We may.
We may, we might, we could. Again, any other answers?
We should go on a
Okay, yeah. Should also goes in, yes, correct. Suggestion. Yeah. Then okay, I think that should be
Can.
sufficient. This one can.
Yes.
We can, yeah, even that is possible, yes. But that also will indicate possibility. Okay? We can go on a vacation to Bali. Okay. Then the 12th one, dash you please give us a moment alone. This is easy.
Will you please give me?
Will you please give us a moment alone? Can you please give us a moment alone? Could you please give us a moment alone? Would you please give us a moment alone? All of them used in the sense to seek, to make request, right? Whatever you use there, everything is going to have the interpretation of. When I say request and permission and all that, it automatically means that I'm talking about the politeness factor, right? So, not the core meaning, but the second meaning, which is in most of the cases, the meaning that takes you to the, or the expression that takes you to the politeness construction, right? So, can you, or will you, or could you, or would you, all of them are performing the same function. 13th one, dash I get something to write.
May I get something to write?
Then
Can I get something to
Shall I?
write?
may I, can I, yes.
Shall I get?
Shall I get something to write? Okay. Shall I get something to write? Yes.
Should I get something to write?
Should I? Yes. Correct.
Ma'am, could.
Could is also possible. Could I get something to write? Yes. Okay. Okay. The one after that, 14th. Dash I sit here and eat.
Can.
Can. Then
May.
may. Yes. Could. Right. Could also comes in.
And
Then,
should.
should I sit here? No. Should may not fit well meaningfully there. Can, may, could. I think these three should be the appropriate ones. Then comes shall, can, may.
Can I get?
Can I get? Which one is this one? Oh, okay. You're talking about the 15th one.
Yeah.
Okay. Dash, I get you something to drink. Can I get? Yes, correct.
May I get something to eat?
Yes, correct.
And could.
Could, yes. Shall also, like from the previous one that we looked at. No? So that also works. So all of this again, The previous one was to indicate request. Now the 15th one that we are looking at is to make an offer, right? When you're making an offer, all of them will fall within that politeness category. Okay. So they're not different expressions of modality, but they're all within that politeness element. So shall, can, may, could, would I get you something to drink? All the 5 of them are indicating the same sort of meaning, right? Okay. 16th one, don't give him the keys. He dash lose it.
He may.
May.
He may lose it. Yes.
Might.
He might.
Yeah, he might lose it. Yes, correct.
He could.
He could lose it. Yes, correct.
He would.
He would lose. Mm. So what will it mean if you say he would lose it?
Very probable to lose.
Does would have that kind of meaning? Do we use would to mean that? I'm not sure. If it is very likely that you mean, then the answer has to be may. Okay. If the interpretation was to say that, I mean, if that is the intended interpretation, that he very likely will lose it, then you will have to
Can.
then have to say may. Can he can yeah, can go, yes. But then showing possibility. Okay.
Yes.
Can lose it. Yes, he could lose it, he may lose it, he might lose it. Yes, all of them right. Okay. Then the 17th one. I dash wear anything that is allowed.
May.
I may wear anything that I may. Maybe not. I
I
may
should.
wear anything. I should wear anything that is allowed. Okay. All right.
Can.
Can. I can wear anything that is allowed.
I would.
I would. Okay. I shall also. You could also say shall. I shall wear anything that is allowed. Okay. Okay.
And
So
will too, ma'am.
will
Will.
also. Will also. I will wear anything that is allowed. Yeah. If you're saying shall, then will also comes. But I'm not very sure about how strong of an expression of modality that is. That could just count as a grammatically right sentence, but maybe not something that is using modal verbs and their functions to its fuller sense. Okay. But yes, you may take it as right just because it's grammatically right. Okay. 18th one, you dash not cross the fencing. Okay. So this one is a different case. You dash not cross the fencing.
Ma'am, question is not visible, ma'am.
Must.
Sorry.
Can you little bit scroll up, ma'am?
Oh, okay. It's not visible to you.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
You may, might.
Must.
Yes, must also.
You must not. Okay. Necessity. Fine. You may not.
Should.
Can say. You should not. Yes. Should not is right. Advise. Then.
Can.
You can. Then you are basically saying cannot because there's a negation there after that. You can say it.
Ma'am,
Then I think given the structural limitations, maybe cannot come. But independent of that blank, maybe you can say you cannot cross the fencing. That is right. So
ma'am,
must.
you shall.
Yeah, shall is okay. Yes, shall not cross the fencing. Yes. Ought to is one option that you can use here. Okay, you ought to not cross the fencing. So all of them basically Must and should and ought to and shall, they're all showing you various degrees of obligation, right? Must with necessity, and then all the others with other
Obligation.
varying degrees of obligation. Okay.
Yes.
And should would be mostly treated as an advice, right? That is the primary function for should, either to make a suggestion or to give advice. Okay. Then comes the 19th one, which is parking in non-parking zones dash be punishable under law.
Must be.
Ma'am, should be.
Should be, okay.
Must
Should
be.
punishable under law? No.
Must be.
Must be punishable under law? No.
Might be.
Might be, yes. Might be punishable under law. So which means you can also say may or might. Both of them could go, of course, with the varying degrees of possibility. Can, again showing possibility, right? So can be punishable under law. And shall be here is used to show what? This is again obligation. You
Making
had
the
like
law.
3 kinds of obligation. I don't know if you remember in that. There's one is a self-imposed obligation. There's a social obligation. And then there's also what you call as legal obligation, right? So there are 3 categories that were discussed with you there. So which one will this fall under? Parking in non-parking zones shall be punishable under law. Is it self-imposed? No. Social? No. This is mostly which is something that is considered legally binding, right? So shall is used here to represent that legal obligation. Parking in non-parking zones shall be punishable under law. Okay, mostly for all these public warnings and rules and all that, shall is usually used under the legal obligation zone. If it is not something that is more public and more open in nature, then we'll have to treat them as social obligation. Self-imposed is something where there are no real consequences, but you still it's the performer or the agent has an option there. Okay, if you don't do it, then there is no consequence to it, but it's just like an advice to the person. It'd be better if you do it. That's called self-imposed obligation. But legal is where it is binding on you, right? You don't do it and there will be consequences. So this sentence is very clearly phrased in a way which also talks to you about the punishments, which is why we are putting it under the or the use of shall here is considered as a more of a legal obligation thing. Okay. Okay. Then comes
Ought
the
to.
time.
Should here
Ought to.
sort of a suggestion, like
Ma'am, would.
in case should.
So that's the point. That's why I explained the context. There are cases where you can't make suggestions. This is like it's a very clear case where there will be a consequence, right? And this is like a formally, how do I put it? It's a very legally formulated expression, right? A warning. So here you do not you don't suggest this to somebody or you don't advise this. This is an obligation. This has to be taken care of, and it's a more stronger obligation, and a legally binding obligation. Okay, so we don't
Ma'am,
use anything like should or ought to or supposed to. They're all very light, right? They're more optional in nature. They basically tell you you may or may not do this, but here this is not the case. All right. Okay, so the 20th one, I love to host
Would.
all of you.
Would, ma'am. Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Ma'am, would. I would love to host you. Host all of you at my home.
I would love to host all of you, yes. Politeness and volition, correct. I would love to host all of you. Then it is I like less sugar.
I
I
shall.
like less sugar in my
Ma'am,
tea.
I
Yes.
would like.
I would like less sugar in my tea. So preferences, right? Likes and dislikes. When you're talking about preferences, likes and dislikes, the most commonly used what I'll would be would. I would like less sugar in my tea. Then I dash say the book is about good. Again, preferences and likes and dislikes.
Would.
Would. I would say the book is about wood. Okay. Correct. Then 23rd one is I think it dash take about a year before the house would be built.
Could.
I think it could take, okay. Could take. Uh, okay, it could take about a year. That's fine. Yes. What are the other things that you use for possibility? May and might.
Might
So that also.
and
So may and might could also go in there. Then
Ma'am,
comes,
would.
sorry?
Ma'am, would.
Would also. Yes. 24. My washing machine dash start yesterday. So remember, you can also use negative forms, okay?
Could.
My washing machine could start yesterday? No.
wouldn't.
Ma'am, cannot.
Cannot start yesterday. No. So because you
Wouldn't.
already have a tense coded in yesterday, you can't use cannot. But what you can do is, yeah, I think somebody already answered. Couldn't, right? Or could not start yesterday. That is okay.
I said would not.
Yeah, would not also. Yes, wouldn't start yesterday. That's also fine. So couldn't or wouldn't start yesterday. Then 25, they dash fix the tap even though it has been leaking since long. I think the same response would work here as well.
They wouldn't fix the tap.
Yes, they wouldn't fix or they couldn't or they won't fix, right? Anything would come. Wouldn't or won't or couldn't or even can't here. Here even can't is possible just to show that they were unable to do it. They didn't have the ability to fix it. That's also possible. Then comes, where is it?
Could, ma'am. I wish the exam
I wish
could
the
be
exam, yeah. I wish the exam
over.
be over. Okay. I wish the exam could be over, would be over, might be over. All of that works. My
Ma'am,
mom
can
isn't
we,
answering my calls. She dash be not at home.
ma'am, can we use a negative sentence like I wish the exam mustn't be over?
No,
Or
no. Mustn't is wrong.
okay.
Mustn't would definitely be wrong. But even if you say, I wish the exam was, no, because you already have another B form here. So you can't use the negative form here. If the B wasn't there, you could say wasn't over. But this one will make it difficult to form that kind of a sentence. Okay, so my mom isn't answering my calls. She dash be not at home.
She
Might.
must.
Okay, may might not be at home. Could be not at home. You could also say must. Yeah, somebody did answer must. She must be not at home. Right? Certainty, which is derived from the context. You're sure because person isn't answering the calls. Okay, 28. This is if I had wings, I dash fly.
I could.
If I had wings, I could fly. Yes. I would fly. Yes. I might. I may. Right. All of this could go in. Oh. Then it is we dash buy him a tuxedo coat.
Should and ought to.
Okay. Okay, should is fine. Uh, we ought to buy him a tuxedo. We ought to buy him a tuxedo coat. Okay. Yeah. Then other answers. Could also, right? That's also a possible answer. We could buy him a tuxedo coat. You could say we must buy him also, right?
We
Of
should.
course, yeah, I think should we already discuss? That was the first answer. Yes, that is possible. That's right. Then, dash, you like some cinnamon rolls?
Have to.
Have to. This is for which blank?
Ma'am, we have to buy him tuxedo. Buy him.
Yeah. Yeah, we have to buy it. Okay, dash, you like some cinnamon rolls.
Would you?
The 30th one.
Would you like to?
So would you like some cinnamon rolls? Yes, correct.
Ma'am,
Might you like? No. You could say will. You could say would you and will you. That both would work. But not might. Might you like some cinnamon rolls? No. There could be a grammatical possibility there, but it doesn't look like a commonly used statement, right? It's not very usual to see such things, that kind of use in English. Okay. Then dash, you please lock the door.
Would you please like lock the door?
Would you please lock the door? Yes, that's right. Could you please is also right. Correct.
Can you please like that? Please lock the door.
Can you please lock the door? Yes, that's also right.
Could you please lock the door?
Could, yes, we discussed already. Could, yes, that's right.
Will you please lock the door?
Sorry, what is it?
Will you please lock
Will
the
you?
door?
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, I think all those possibilities were.
ma'am, will we should use shall, I think.
No.
Shall
Shall,
you?
please no.
Shall
That's
you?
Shall is wrong. Shall we cannot use here. There's no such construction like that. We don't use shall in such blanks. Okay. 32 dash. I borrow your vacuum cleaner. We'll stop in another 1 or 2 minutes. But
may I borrow?
May I borrow your vacuum cleaner? Yes.
Can I borrow?
Can I? Yes. Could I? Yes. Okay. Next one. Just one more, and then we'll call it a day.
Would you mind?
Two more.
Borrow?
Actually, 35. Would you mind? Yeah. Would you mind if I borrowed your iron box? Yeah. Would you mind?
Could you mind?
Could you mind? So what is the interpretation if you use could there?
I mean, I would like to possibility, ma'am.
So then what is would? Would you mind if I borrowed your iron box?
Same thing.
No, there could be some difference. I'm not saying that there is nothing. So if could is used as a possibility, then what would wood's interpretation be? Would you mind if I borrowed your iron box?
A difference between a degree, ma'am. Little bit. This is more. I think.
You could say if you're using would, then it is more like seeking a clarity on whether the person likes it or dislikes it, right? Could is more like, is it possible that I do it, that I borrow it, right? So yeah, I think both answers would be right, but there's a slight difference in the expression, in the meaning. Okay. Okay. So next one would be it dash. Where is it? Oh yeah, the heater is not working. It dash be a power outage.
It could be.
Might.
It could be. It might be. It may be. Yes. It must be also, right? We discussed that use of must, right? When you're making a deduction and there's a certainty, then you use must. Must be a power outage. Okay, last one for today. That's 35th one. I dash meet my friend today.
I should.
Might.
I should meet. Yes. Okay. I might. I may. I could. I will also. Right. more like a promise or intention, both. It could mean
I shall be.
interpretations. I shall, yes, correct. I ought to, right? That also you can add in. I have to, right? I am going to. There's several options possible there, all with their own interpretations, right? Okay, so I think we have about few. That's all. Oh, then we can finish this off. I thought there are a lot more left. Let's do this and be done with. Okay. So next one would be 1 dash be distracted while working on heavy machines.
Mustn't.
1 mustn't be distracted. Yes, correct. Other answers?
Shouldn't.
Shouldn't. Yes, correct.
Ma'am, could.
1 could.
Yes.
1 could be distracted while. No. No, that wouldn't be the answer. That will not give you the intended meaning. So the other 2 answers are correct. 1 mustn't, 1 shouldn't, and then again you can use ought not, right? Ought not be distracted while working on heavy machines. Okay, next one. I dash talk to you tomorrow about the project.
I will.
Okay, will. So showing promise or intention, fine.
Shall.
I shall.
Can.
Okay. Sorry,
Ma'am, I can.
I can. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Could.
Fine.
I could.
I
Talk.
could. Yeah. Okay. I could talk to you. Yes. Okay. Next one. Dash. We visit him today.
Shall. Can.
Shall. Okay, yeah, shall is fine. Can is fine. Should, right? Should we visit him today? Could also. Could we visit him today? Yes. Shall, can, should, could, all of them work. Then the workers who do not abide by the guidelines dash be relocated from their respective apartments.
Should be.
Will.
Abide by the guidelines should be okay. Should in the sense of suggestion.
Suggestion.
Yes.
Will. Threat. Will.
Will be threat. Yes, correct. Will. Or you can use even shall to mean the same because will, shall are mostly replaceable. Shall,
Ma'am, can.
yes, yes. Or you can also use the obligatory must also, right? Must be. Necessity and obligation. Must. Okay. Then you dash prepare well to shine bright in the interview.
You should.
Okay. Should advise. Then
You
You
must.
must.
must, yes, obligation, necessity. Stronger obligation, what can you say? Need to, right? You need to prepare well, right? That is possible.
Have to.
You have to, yes. And then you can also use ought to indicate the suggestion again, right? Like you did with should. You replace it with a semi-modal ought to, it gives you almost the similar meaning. Then next one, this project dash take a month to
Could
complete.
be. Could.
Could take a month to complete, yes.
Can.
Might.
Can.
Can take a month. Okay, can possibility indicator, yes.
Possibly, yes.
May and might.
May and might, yes, correct. May and might.
Need to.
Need to? No, not need to. Need to take a month to complete, no. As a suggestion or as a, not a suggestion, how do I put it? So if you say should, no. Okay, should won't because you can't use it as a model verb here. No problem. Okay, so all the other answers stand. Okay, how about the next one? The show dash be cancelled due to heavy rains.
Might.
Hmm.
Will.
The so might be cancelled.
Might or may, yes, both of them. You can say shall as well. Could also is a possibility there. You can say could as well. The show could be cancelled due to all of them indicating possibilities of varying degrees. Okay.
Hmm.
Then dash, I talk to the manager.
May.
Can.
Should.
May, can, yes.
Should.
Should I talk to the manager? Okay. Okay. All right.
Could.
Could, yes. Could, yes. May, can, could, should, yes. Okay. Next one, you dash carry a water
Shall.
bottle with you. You can carry a water bottle with you.
You
Yes,
should.
correct.
You
You
should.
should carry. Yes, correct.
You may carry.
You may. You must. Right. All of them goes. Okay. And the last one here, the theater dash be opened on the
Will.
day of Hartal, but the
Will.
people will not go.
Ma'am, will.
Theater
May.
Might.
will,
May.
theater may be opened. Okay. Will
Might.
be opened. Yes. Might be opened. Shall be opened. Yes. Okay, all right. So these were all based on the lecture slides that you had for your module. And then there are some additional exercises. This is the second one in the worksheet. And there are about 30 of them. So this, you can work out on your own. The link to the source has been provided in that exercise itself, which means you can also check your answers, right? So work this one out on your own. And if you have any questions on this, please write to us on the forum so that people can respond to it. Okay. And then if there are other problems with, understanding the concepts around model verbs, that also you could maybe just revise and let us know about it, right? I think should be quite fresh for you because you just wrote your quiz now. So if there were any confusions in general, then keep a note of that. You either write to us or of course tomorrow we have a live session, so you can join in and get those things clarified as well. Okay, all right. I have another class at 5:30, so I think I'll prefer logging out now. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week again then.
Thank you, ma'am.
Sure.
Thank you.
See you.